Hi, my name's Ron. You're on one of Ronnie's road trips, and welcome again to one of Trade Earth Movers' new machinery reviews. Today we're at Semco's yard down in Sydney. They're the distributors for Marooka, these rubber tracked all-terrain dump trucks. Come and check it out. It's the MSD 1500 VD, and the thing about this one, it's a 360-degree slewing tipper. Come on, you'll really be impressed with this. What makes these Marookas something that little bit special is this whole track configuration design. They've got 8 of these bottom rollers and they oscillate, so therefore when you're over rough or uneven ground, these will oscillate. It'll keep the tracks running square because the track will run up on the inside. Back up here in the front, just similar to an excavator or a dozer, we've got a front idler. That of course sits inside. That with the tensioners on it, that will keep the tracks nice and tight, but also running square, nice and straight. The other thing is that this is a sort of a little bit unusual design for top rollers, but it's rubber tracks. One thing for sure though is that you will understand is that Marooka actually were one of the principal designers originally for rubber tracks. So that's got this end of the track frame sorted, top and bottom, but just up the back up here, there's just something a little bit different. I just want to show you this. Now up the other end here of this track frame, you could almost be forgiven that you're just on, say, a 30-ton excavator or something similar. But we've got segmented drive sprockets, nothing unusual. However, the track drive motor on these, which normally you would say you would spin to the rear of the machine, you'd keep your tension on the bottom of your tracks and you'd move forward. On the Marooka, it's different. These drive sprockets and drive motors are all at the front of the machine. So if you can have a look just over the back there, we've got the arrows, which this is the forward motion. So when you drive this machine forward, your tracks are running and being pulled through the ground by these drive sprockets. A little bit unusual.
Megatron.
This little unit weighs around about that 15 tonne, but it carries half its body weight, 7 tonne this little unit will carry, and I mean filled all day in any sort of terrain. These are a brilliant machine. The Marookas here, they've designed, they've got a nice little camera here. I'll bet you this gets a flogging in some of that wet country. But the other thing is it's a perfectly located camera just around to the side, so when you're in the cab, you've got a split screen. You've got the camera at the back on one side and the camera at the side on the other, and that just gives you that perfect 360-degree vision that you're going to need when you're operating these. We'll come up here to the power plant end, smack bang on this right-hand side of the cabin. Do you know that that Marooka make 11 different models Marookas, 11 of them, and they all run different sorts of engines. The smaller ones run Kubota, then you go into Mitsubishi, and you're going to Cat. This one runs a 6.9 litre Cummins, big Cummins, and it's stage 4, final, tier 4 engine. You know, like incredible. State of the art, good stuff, and plenty of power, which you're going to need when you're pushing through that mud with this rig. Well, I'll tell you what, you hop in one of these cabs, you could almost be mistaken for being in a 30-ton Cat. This cab is, to me, just like a 30-ton Cat or similar, and the only thing is that you can operate it all with one hand. Over on this right-hand side, we don't have any levers at all. However, over here we have one joystick, 4-way control. Forward is down for your tipper, back is up, left is slew left, right is slew right. So easy to operate. The tracks, if you want it for moving forward or reverse, no different than when you're in an excavator. 2-foot levers down here, you can operate it by foot or by hand, whichever way you want to go. The only thing is the drive sprockets on this are to the front and not to the back, which would normally run with an excavator. So easy. Emergency stop, nice little screen decked out here for you, all the bells and whistles down along the right hand side, a few controls. You'll sort those out pretty quick, you don't need to be a rocket scientist for this. Big dome mirrors all the way around here, 2 over on the side, plus your cameras. You're going to need them, but it's a beauty. there you have it, the Marooka 1500 VD, which is that 360-degree slewing all-terrain tipper, all on rubber tracks. Brilliant machine, had a lot to do with them and love them. You don't need to have the tipper. You can spare that. You can have a flat tray body on it. I've seen it on pipelines with welding rigs on it. You can just about put anything you want on the back of these, because these machines are designed specifically and especially for those environmental sensitive areas where you need to look after the environment and to get into those unbelievably difficult wet spots. Marooka, I can't speak highly enough of them. I love them.